on my way now. I'm on my way now. I'm on my way now.
Today's a big day. We're so excited. We've been waiting for this for so long. Nova Scotia is reopening.
So last week the government released their reopening plan. It's in various phases. So in this video we're going to go through each of the phases, tell you what they kind of mean, what they mean for you, and what they mean for us. So there are 5 different stages or phases, whatever you want to call them. They involve things like vaccination levels, restaurants reopening, people being able to come into the province from other provinces. Throughout the course of the video we'll talk about each phase and what each one involves. But in the meantime, we realized we have some stuff in our condo that we got done kind of a while ago and we forgot to show you.
But in the meantime, make sure to hit the like button below. It really helps the video out. Click on subscribe if you're new around here. Trevor, Anna, we're the Delightful Travelers. We've got something to show you.
So you might remember from a previous video, we did a full condo tour. That was way back when we first moved in, back in the winter time. One thing we did say that we did not like about this place was the closets. They had nothing done to them. They were basically empty with like one shelf on the top that was just terrible. The condo that we came from had all the closets and everything done when we moved in, and it's really something you take for granted if you don't really think about it until you come into really bad closets.
Especially in a small space. So,
yeah.
Here's one. Now this just looks like a bunch of coats, but it's 2 levels of shelving and then shoes at the bottom. This honestly has been a game changer.
It's a true game changer, especially this closet behind me, just I guess our utility closet.
Yeah.
We put all like our cleaning supplies, recycling, toolbox, just extra stuff in there, and it's so great. Like seriously, I love it. And this is our bedroom closet. It probably honestly doesn't look like that much to you guys, but before there was just one wire rack that went right across here. You could barely put a hanger on it. It was really, really awful. Now we have like 2 levels over here, 2 over here with shelves. It goes way back there. It's honestly, like Trevor said, total game changer. It makes it so much livable in here. Love it.
All right, let's talk about phase 1 of the reopening plan here in Nova Scotia. Again, we are very excited. This all happened really fast.
It did. I know a lot of provinces were coming out with their reopening plans, so we knew Nova Scotia would do the same thing. But we were supposed to be in lockdown, a full lockdown, until like at least the second week of June,
like
something like June 9th. So we really expected nothing to happen until at least then. So last Friday, which was the very end of May, they put out the reopening plan. Lots of big surprises in there. It was actually a really confusing press. The press thing was really confusing.
Yeah.
But on Monday, they seemed to clarify it a little bit, and then they also reopened some more things on Monday that were unexpected.
So yeah, good news for us. Pleasantly surprised. So we have on Anna's phone here some of the things that are going to happen in phase 1, which is what we're in.
Started yesterday, actually, as we film this. Phase 1 begins June 2nd. We're filming this on the 3rd. 50% of the population has to have 1 dose, which we're above that now. And basically they're reopening patios.
So that means we can go out on a patio again. That just seems so foreign to me.
So that happened yesterday and there were loads of people out. We'll go out later.
Hopefully we can get on a patio in this video, fingers crossed, but you can actually book them. People are reserving them, but that's so exciting.
Another thing is stores can finally reopen at like 25% capacity, but at least you can go do some shopping now other than before it was just essentials.
I think the biggest thing for us, we can now travel within the province. So for all of you that have been watching and going like, where can you go here in Nova Scotia? Can you go to Cape Breton? Can you go to the Valley? Guess what? Now we can leave the city. We haven't left the downtown core in about 6 or 7 weeks.
No, and the funny thing was that, like I said, last Friday, they basically said the rest of the province can reopen except for Halifax and another area. And then come Monday, they were like, never mind, as of Tuesday, you can now explore the whole province. So that's super exciting.
The other big note on here is you can meet with friends now outside. With up to 10 people.
But they want you to keep it within.
They want you to keep it with 10 people. I personally think 10 people is too much. There's no reason to do that yet, but I'd keep it to 6 or something. But anyway, we can hang out with some friends again. Like that's just
so exciting.
So strange
Miss
and
everybody.
exciting. So that is basically phase 1 in a nutshell. And
there's lots more, but we don't need to
there's so much more, because what's even more exciting is like phase 2 and phase 3. More is open, and Canada might be opening. Okay, one thing we haven't said yet is how this reopening affects our plans. Well, we have some news. We booked something.
Yeah, so phase 1 means that we can move throughout Nova Scotia. Not that everything's going to be open, but at least we can leave HRM, leave Halifax, go to other parts of the province. So immediately, as soon as they announced that, we booked some stuff in Cape Breton.
So we are going to Cape Breton. I know a lot of you are going to be excited about that. It's the first time back in a very long time, well, since like the middle of last year.
I feel like we've been hinting at something for
Yes.
months now, if you've been paying close attention. So in the next few weeks, we will have a big reveal
Of something.
video
That
about
surprise
what
we've
that
been
is
saying.
that we've been working
That
on.
big secret. It's coming soon. Well, this is weird to see. There's actually people around, huh?
Yeah, so we're down on Argyle Street, which is probably the main like pedestrians only street around. Loads of patios, lots of people out. It's weird, but it's really nice to see.
It's a nice thing to see. I can't wait to get on a patio.
I know.
I'm just not sure which one.
Yeah, I thought actually everything would be packed. Yesterday was the reopening day and it was super hot and sunny, and I think everything was just like lined up. But today, not too bad. I think we'll have a pick.
All right, let's talk about phase 2 and what all that means here in Nova Scotia with the reopening. You know more than I do about this.
Yeah, so it's supposed to be 2 to 4 weeks after phase 1, but pretty sure we should be on track for 2 weeks, which would be
think so.
mid-June. 60% of people need to have their first dose, which I think we're already
close.
almost there
That's
anyway,
close
so we
now.
should easily be there. And it means that restaurants can reopen inside, a limited capacity, but still that's super great, especially given Nova Scotia weather. You never know what you're going to get.
No,
Good
in
to
the
have
restaurants though,
indoors.
that gives us more opportunity to maybe film some more food videos. You guys have been asking for more food in Halifax. We just couldn't do it. Nothing has been open.
Yeah, and just in general, they can open libraries and museums, limited capacity again, but like more retail, that kind of thing.
All right, so let's see if we can get on a patio somewhere. It's been way too long. Okay, we just came over to a place called the Rooftop, and we think of this place as one of our secret little hidden gems in the city. Shh, don't tell anybody. But as you can see, it feels like you're in a garden up here. They have turf down. It's excellent. I have a beer. This is a Breton Brewing lager. One of my favorites. Going to Cape Breton soon, as we said. This feels amazing. It almost feels normal. Again, it's like almost like the lockdown didn't happen in a way. I don't know. We're just excited to be here. What you get over there?
So normally I try not to drink beer during the week, but it's reopening. I had to do it. Also, they have a bunch of Breton brewing in cans, so I went for the Smash, which is kind of a light, I think it's described as a lighter IPA, a little bit fruity, only 4%, so not too bad. We are debating getting some food. So this is actually owned by the same people that own the Stubborn Goat, which just happens to be right next door, so it's easy to order food from there. We're trying to decide if we want something or we're just gonna stick with drinks today.
All right, we did it. We're going all out. These bad boys are mac and cheese bites, and look how big they are. I wouldn't call them bites. They're like giant log sticks of mac and cheese that are deep fried. Now, one correction. Stubborn Goat provided this food. This restaurant's owned by that whole family of restaurants. We did find out, I think in a couple of weeks, the Rooftop's gonna have its own food, so that's exciting variety. Let's try these. All right, let's see what we got here. Oh yeah. Should I just go for that? Look at that. Wow. Just cheesy, crispy goodness. Oh, you guys. Oh man. Seriously, that is incredible. It's just gooey, cheesy, crispy, and I need to try it. There's actually, I think it's some ketchup you can have with it. I just want to see the difference. It's like a house-made, delicious ketchup. This probably has so many calories, I don't want to know exactly how many, but it's like a celebration day. We're back out on patios, we're having a beer. Why not have some mac and cheese sticks or logs?
I love mac and cheese. Don't have it nearly enough, mainly because of all the calories in it, but deep fry it, oh yeah.
She went right for the ketchup.
That's delicious ketchup. Wow, that's good.
Time to talk about phase 3 here. What do you know about that?
Okay, so I think 65% of the population would need to have 1 dose of vaccine. Could potentially start around the beginning of July if things are going well.
That's really exciting. Here's the thing. Right now we're in phase 1. That was supposed to start originally like mid-June and it got bumped up. Fingers crossed things get bumped up.
Yeah, so the big news there would be that the people from other nearby provinces could come into Nova Scotia with, I think, the vaccine and maybe a test, something like that.
Maybe a test. If you're double vaccinated, I think you can just come in. They're still working through that, but it's so exciting because it means we can possibly go to other provinces within Atlantic Canada, I think,
Yeah.
so far. So we'll see. This is really exciting.
Definitely opens things up within potentially a month from now.
At one point, you might remember, we talked about going to possibly New Brunswick. I don't know if that's going to happen now, given we have to be in Cape Breton quite a bit. You'll see lots of that coming up. And
we talked about Newfoundland so much, but
then we'd have to fly there. Possibly, I don't know. The ferry might be back on, so we'll see. But this is just exciting. It's so
possibilities.
Possibilities are starting to be endless. There's a light at the end of the tunnel.
Of course, we want to get our hopes up, but not too far up, because last time, you guys might remember, I think it was maybe April, we put out a video saying the Atlantic bubble is going to open, we're going to do all this traveling, and then of course the third wave hit and all of that didn't happen. I really hope that doesn't happen this time and things go smoothly, things can open up. Oh, fingers crossed.
Funny thing is, I am pretty sure we called that video like, travel is back, woo! Well, you know.
But things were looking really good at the time, so
yeah,
you can't
at
blame
that
us
point
for
we
being
really,
optimistic.
Every Nova Scotian thought it was happening, so now it better be happening. It feels like it's happening. There's signs of hope, as we said.
Yeah, and at least way more people are vaccinated now, so that definitely helps.
We're excited, guys. We just went on a patio for the first time in like 2 months almost. Crazy to me. It's crazy.
All right, let's jump right into phase 4 while we're still outside. We're almost on our way home again. By the way, Government House behind us. Some people might recognize that it's where the Lieutenant Governor of Nova Scotia lives. But let's talk about phase 4. We're talking 75% of the population has 1 dose by this time. Hopefully mid-July, but could be August. But let's stay optimistic and say mid-July. But the big thing here is that tourists from the rest of Canada could potentially come into the province. So that again depends on vaccine status and people getting tested and all that kind of thing. But that could also mean for us, maybe we could go to some provinces outside of the Atlantic provinces. So that could be exciting. Of course, it depends on so many things if they're letting people in and all that, but definite potential there.
And if you're wondering, yes, there are a whole bunch of other rules coming out around, you know, gatherings, sporting events.
Yeah. Each of the phases has a whole bunch of things involved, but this isn't about each phase and what's involved in it. It's more about the travel component because, you know, that's what we do.
I mean, yeah, the travel component directly affects us, and we want to get that information to you guys so you know what to expect. This is going to be an exciting year. I think we're going to be able to be somewhat normal. Somewhat the new normal.
There. Let's wait till we get to phase 5 because that's where things get kind of exciting.
Phase 5, we can't wait to tell you guys about that. We're now back at our place. I'm going to show you guys an update on the building that's going across from us. If you don't know, and you're new around here, we live right downtown in Halifax, so we have a nice view of the water right now, but we're going to lose that. We knew that when we bought the place, but I think it's going to be a few years, but I'll show you. So first of all, you can see our flowers are coming along, and, well, here you go. So, looks like a battle zone over there, I would say, but it's still nice. Even once this giant building's here, we got a great view of the city this way. Let's talk about phase 5, the final phase.
Yeah. Phase 5 means like this is it. This is the new normal. This is where we're going, you know, the final. So hopefully it means like everything's over.
Yes,
or more or less
it's better.
over.
This is the last of them.
Yeah. So for Nova Scotia, that means 75% of the population has to have 2 doses of the vaccine. So basically everybody that can be vaccinated is vaccinating. Life going back to the new normal, whatever you want to call that.
It's still hard to imagine.
It means the easing of public health measures. Masks are no longer mandatory. So
wow.
I can't even imagine.
Here's one thing though. I know people are going to keep wearing masks even after this, but I'm sure years from now, especially on planes and transport in general, like trains, things like that. What else do we got?
All right, the big thing is the reduction of border restrictions. And no one's really clarified what that means. I think this is really up to the federal government in terms of getting rid of the hotel quarantine and the 2-week quarantine and all those requirements for coming into the country, which are really so strict at the moment. Yeah. So they haven't really said yet when they're going to let international travelers in, when the quarantine goes away. Hopefully that's in September or October, something like that.
It's sounding like it. What we're hearing from all the provinces, like, you know, Canada's going to open up, as we said, but at some point our border will open to other people.
Yeah.
Wow,
at this
that's
point, it
just
seems
nuts.
So unimaginable, but
so that means so much, obviously, to everyone, but to us as well. Like then we can, if we go to another country, we can come back to Canada
without having to worry about spending just $2,000 to quarantine and then quarantine for another 2 weeks. So.
Wow, it's just all so exciting and honestly a bit surreal and hard to imagine that. It's nice that we have some dates, realizing that things can still change.
Yeah.
You know,
we're trying to be optimistic yet realistic at the same time, realizing that things could change. But I think in general it means that we could have a really, really great summer. opportunity to do a lot of stuff in Nova
Yeah.
Scotia. I feel like, I know we've been here for the last year, but I feel like there's still so much to do.
Oh,
so much
there's
we
so
haven't
much.
seen, so much we want to show
it's
you.
forcing us right now to plan fast, and now we might have a short enough time. You might remember we said we're hoping in September or the end of September we can travel again, as in get on a plane and go to another country. So now, because we have less time, we thought we were going to have the last 2 months to do things.
I know. It's like everything that just got cut, shortened.
So,
So
we'll
hopefully
see.
we can do some of Atlantic Canada, but really we want to focus on Nova Scotia. But if we get to Newfoundland or that kind of thing, I'm not ruling it out, but we'll see.
And also just want to thank all of you guys for all the support as of late and just in general over the past year. If you're new, we're typically traveling the world, and these aren't the style. These are not the style of videos we usually make. Although we're having a lot of fun creating them. To be honest, they're kind of like our life.
Yeah.
But usually we're traveling, eating food, going to other countries, exploring. That's what we want to get back to, and I think we're going to get
This
there.
is hopefully the video of it's going to happen soon, maybe within the next 3 months or so. We
Crazy.
might be on the road exploring other countries.
So exciting. So if you're new, Trevor, Anna, Delightful Travelers, hit the like button, click subscribe, click the bell. There's exciting things coming up. Share the video, comment below, support us on Patreon if you're into this. It takes a while to make the videos, and I hope you're having as great of a day as we are, because we're just plain excited right now.
We are very excited. Fingers crossed that this is going to be an amazing summer of Atlantic Canada, of Nova Scotia, all the things.
I think it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna happen.
All right, guys, that's it.
From Halifax and Nova Scotia, wishing you delightful travels.
See you soon.
Oh,